Hey guys, I'm back with another video. I'm filming this because I wanted to go more in depth about the game because when I filmed my original video, I was at work and I didn't have time to make a good video like I wanted to. So I'm gonna take the time that I have right now. Turn off this light. Oh, that's too dark. I'm gonna take the time that I have right now to talk about the game. So obviously, all the Michigan fans around are very happy. I am very happy. You know, it's an it's a very nice feeling. We finally beat Ohio State. Finally, the last time they beat them was in 2011. I was 9 years old, and I was in fourth grade. Now I'm 19 and in college, and they finally beat them again. So, and it made it better. It was at the Big House too, and it was very surreal that the Michigan fans, ran onto the field after the game was over. I knew they were gonna do that if we won. It was nice. It was really cool after Harbaugh has post game interview. He walked by the fans. It was nice how Harbaugh and Juwan Howard had an interaction after the game, and Juwan Howard greeted the players after the game was over. Yesterday was just it was that game was so amazing. It's finally happy that they shut up the Ohio State fans, because the team, if there is one team in college football that I hate the most, it's Ohio State. Because, and the biggest reason is their fans. I mean, of course, yeah, Ohio State is like Michigan, one of Michigan's biggest rivals. So that that's always nice to beat your big rival, but Ohio State fans got to be the most toxic people in the world. Like, you can't compliment them. Like, if you say like, "Oh, Ohio State's doing pretty good this year," blah blah blah, then they'll just immediately try to talk crap about you, saying how terrible they're gonna beat your team by. And for the past 10 years, it's just they've had for the past 10 years they've had a laugh. It's always been the joke. Oh, Michigan can't beat Ohio State. And it's proven. 2012, we were winning at halftime, didn't even score a single point in the second half and lost in Columbus. 2013 at the Big House, we lost the game because we attempted to go for two to win the game, but Devin Gardner threw an interception. 2014 was a blowout at Columbus because Michigan was terrible that year. 2015, Harbaugh's first season at the Big House was a blowout, 42-13. 2016 at Columbus, the last time that Michigan Ohio State played when both teams were ranked in the top five. At Columbus, Ohio State won a double overtime. That was a very heartbreaking loss because, of course, the winner of that game went to the Big Ten championship, and then if they won that game, they go to the playoffs. Michigan lost. 2017 at home, they lose like 31-20, something like that. 2018 at Columbus, another game where the winner would advance to the Big Ten championship. Michigan got blown out 62-39. 2019 at the Big House, Michigan got blown out like 54-27 or something like that. Last year's game got canceled because of COVID-19, and then this year at the Big House, Michigan finally wins 42-27. Harbaugh finally beats Ohio State. So everyone can now finally shut up about the fact that Harbaugh has never beaten Ohio State. He's finally beaten his rival. And now we're in the Big Ten championship against Iowa because Wisconsin lost to Minnesota and Iowa beat Nebraska. So Michigan will play Iowa in the Big Ten championship on Saturday at 8 o'clock. The game, Big Ten championship, is at Lucas Oil Stadium. But the players for the game, obviously, Michigan's defense really helped us win this game. Aiden Hutchinson, what came in the clutchest he's ever came in clutch. He had 3 sacks. He sacked C.J. Stroud 3 times. David Ojabo also had a sack as well. Michigan's defense, especially in the first half, came up very clutch when Ohio State went to the red zone twice, and Michigan's defense held them enough to stop them and hold them to a field goal. And running attack, Hassan Haskins, of course. Hassan Haskins is the player of the game. He had an amazing game. He had 169 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, which feels nice after the Michigan State game when we allowed Kenneth Walker to have 5 touchdowns. Now Hassan Haskins gets his 5 touchdown game in his last game at the Big House. Aiden Hutchinson gets 3 sacks in his final game at the Big House. And Cade McNamara, threw an interception, but it ended up. It was very early in the game. It was on the second possession, but it ended up not mattering because Michigan's offense in the second half was very good. Michigan's offense in the second half scored a touchdown in every possession except the last one where they just needed to end the game. But every time in the second half Ohio State would score a touchdown, Michigan would immediately answer it with a touchdown. Like beginning of the second half, Ohio State goes 3 and out. Michigan has a 3-play drive for a touchdown. Then Ohio State went 3 and out again. And then Michigan, or maybe they didn't go 3 and out, but they got stopped on fourth down, punted the ball, Michigan touchdown again. And then Ohio State would score, Michigan would score. Ohio State scored again, Michigan scored again. And then we won 42-27. Not only it wasn't a close game. Michigan won by 15. Michigan won by 2 possessions. And which is funny because everyone said Ohio State was going to crush them. So many people have doubted Michigan. ESPN analyst Paul Feinbaum, literally a couple days before the game, said that Jim Harbaugh is incapable of beating Ohio State. Obviously, it proved him wrong. Ryan Day literally said after the, I don't know exactly when he said it. It was before this, I think it was back in 2019. He said next time we play Michigan, the Big Ten better establish a mercy rule because we're going to score 100 on them. Well, unfortunately, Ryan Day, you guys were 73 points away from getting 100. Michigan was closer to scoring 100 points than you guys were. I'm glad Jim Harbaugh finally was able to silence the haters. He's finally able to beat his big rival. He won his first game against Ohio State. Michigan snapped multiple Ohio State streaks. Michigan snapped their 8-game losing streak against Ohio State. They snapped their 29-game winning streak against Big Ten teams. Snapped their 21-game winning streak against ranked Big Ten teams. And Michigan handed Ryan Day his first loss against a Big Ten team. And it couldn't have come on a better day. I'm very happy knowing that Ryan Day's first loss against a Big Ten team was Michigan. So, the time for celebration is over, though. Celebrate that day. We beat them, great, celebrate as much, but now it's time to focus on Iowa. The season, yes, we finally beat our rival. Season's not over yet. We got to win this Big Ten championship game. If we win, we're in the playoffs for the first time ever. Hopefully we can do it, and if we go to the playoffs, hopefully we can play well in it. I really hope. I think Michigan. I'm pretty sure Michigan can win the Big Ten championship. I know Michigan is more than capable of winning, but we gotta stay off. Can't be high on the Ohio State win. I mean, yes, we beat them. Celebration time. It's been over almost 48 hours since the game. Celebration time's over. Now it's time to focus on Iowa. Finish the season strong. Become Big Ten champions for the first time since 2004, and go to the playoffs. And I really hope it happens. And such an amazing season for Michigan. Everyone said that Michigan's gonna do decent, but they're not gonna beat the teams they should. Michigan finished 11-1. 8-1 in the Big Ten. Their only loss is Michigan State, of course. Michigan has only played 2 ranked teams all year. Michigan State, which they lost, then Ohio State, which they won. A top 2 team. Michigan's only win against a ranked team was a number 2 team. Harbaugh earned his 3rd win against a top 10 team. Harbaugh has only been a top 10 team 3 times, and that was against 8th ranked Wisconsin in 2016, 8th ranked Notre Dame in 2019, and now 2nd ranked Ohio State in 2021. So, gotta finish the season strong. We beat Ohio State. Celebration time for that game's over. Now it's time to focus on Iowa. Finish the season strong. Let's go blue.